and shine and inhale and exhale. And even the cat got out. That's so funny. We're in it to win it. Oh, and they pulled the poor dog back in. I guess what you get for howling, right? Of your boy Marky Saint. Cats run and dogs hide. And I, whoa, almost fell in the morning marijuana motivation time. Did you see that? Man, life is slippery, bruh. It's slippery, bruh. And so's this road. You can hear me crunching. And I just like the sound of it, you know? It's your boy Marky Saint. Live from the snow. Getting my mind right. With self-diagnosis. You know, we have science now of psychology. There's an actual science to it. It isn't like you're the only person that's ever been through it. But we are inside. It's true. I'm gonna go past this house. I didn't know that they were gonna give away a house for free. They built a brand new house. How cool is that? Saintsgiving. They're literally connecting everything and giving away this house to some young lady that needs. How fucking cool is that? And that's what we need to do. Is find out what we need, right? That's a pretty cool house, man. Most of us aren't even exactly know what kind of style person we are. We just kind of jump into the world, and I'm gonna jog it up a little bit this morning. It's cold. Woo! And to go inside of ourselves, I guess it's a memorial building. How cool is that? And see what our minds really are made out of. So what I do every morning is get my mind right while I'm getting my smoke on and see what's my main purpose for my life and why does my brain function the way that it does? What kind of traumas trigger me? What kind of past experiences happen to make me be the way that I am? Ooh, it's cold today. And that's called self-examination, right? So many of us out here that we don't know why we are the way we are. We put more time into our playlist selection on YouTube than our mental selection in life. And self-examination is so important. I think it's called stoicism in most cultures, but more than being stoic, it's being internal. You know, like, why am I the way that I am? How come I didn't bring gloves? Whew. And where am I going if I don't know who I am? So if you are unaware of why you do what you do, if you just keep going through the rigmarole and bouncing into people, you forever come bouncing into yourself, who we really are, you know? More than just the sum of the genetics of our parents and the environment we grew up in. It has to do with our real purpose. And when you know your patterns, right? When you identify that you are the way you are because of such a reason, you can start to make decisions better now that you identify your patterns than somebody that's just wandering around letting their patterns smack people around. And that's just what I wanted to do, is get more identified. Not that you're gonna go get a whole psychology degree like me, and not that my psychology degree actually helped me, right? Day was first, my guy. But identify who I really am and my patterns help me find out who I really am. And for those that don't know who they are, I feel they're more doomed to repeat the same patterns. And I didn't want to do that anymore. I didn't want to keep committing the same patterns. By definition, the definition of insanity, but doing the same things over and over. So since my trauma, I've geared up heavily on, you know, classifications of people, narcissism in men and women, right? PTSDs, post-traumatic stress disorders, you know, the tough spots. Most of us expect everyone else to be all together. And a saint's addiction, we're not broken, we're mending, right? So it's not like we come as perfect human beings. We admit our faults up front. I admit that I've had my troubles with addictions. I've had that used against me. I've admit my trouble with food. I've had that used against me. I've been called fat, right? And it only hurt when it hits. You know what I'm saying? When my self esteem was based on what other people thought. Soon I got my own steam and I started to lift off. I started to leave behind the negativity and realized it wasn't what other people thought about me. It was me so concerned what other people thought. And I'm like, if I turn that volume knob down a lot and just to sit with myself with world travel and quiet times and like this now in the snow, to gather my thoughts, I can start breaking it down into science. I can start actually studying what kind of personality I have, what kind of personality disorders are out there, why people do the things that they do, because it's not just you, right? There's been so many books. There's a billion books out there right now live, and one that should have been alive for us to learn from. And we can look into people's patterns, since that's one of the things we are habitually about, hence me doing the morning marijuana motivation, smoking a blunt every morning. I knew I was going to be smoking every day, but was I going to use it to my advantage? Was I going to use something that is innately in me and learn what that is and study it like as an actual science? Most of us don't put in that kind of time for our own mental health, and that's disturbing to me, because there's plenty of Netflix out there. There's plenty of YouTubes out there. I'm on YouTube Live now. But what I really wanted was self-examination, self-diagnosis, like I put in this one, to study who you are. You know more about stars and their relationships than you know about yourself and your self-diagnosis. That trips me out. When I sit here, I put so much time into the game. I'm wondering, where's your head at? Where do you put time into? Is it just you? Or have you studied you? Have you studied the reason you date the people that you date, or do the work that you do, or act the way that you act? Have you put in any sort of concentration for it? And when you do, you get to go deeper inside of our psyche, right? Everybody has a ego and a psycho, and our psychology to our inner brain. And it's time that we get a chance to do that thing. Watch the birds eat, watch your brain grow, watch your soul in depth, and see, who are we really? And that's something that I loved. And, that's probably I went to get the psych degree, is because I'm fascinated by people and who they are and why they do what they do. So helps me to identify things quicker, helps me to learn about myself. And self-examination is one of the self-care tips that everyone should be practicing. Should I say should, but get a chance to practice. It's a special gift to sit with oneself and to think quietly, stretch quietly, work out quietly. There's something about us getting in touch with the light that's inside of us that makes it magical. And I'm so blessed to be alive. Life is the best gift going, and best game gift. And I want you to live yours as blessed as possible. I reach you from trauma to the promised land, to the shine. It's your boy Marky Saint. Peace and love. And as always, Chi Gapan. I'll see you on the other side.